straight from the automotive industry event of the year, NADA 2025. Chicks in Charge and Authenticom are bringing you the biggest names in automotive. From industry disruptors to game-changing innovators, we're getting the inside scoop on what's next for the auto world. This is where leaders talk and the future takes shape. Are you ready? Buckle up and let's dive in.
Welcome back to another episode of Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition. We are, of course, still live at NADA in the Authenticom booth, getting to talk some awesome people. We have Christine Gago here with us right now with Demand Local. And oh my gosh, we met, I think for the very first time at the party in Vegas.
That's right.
The cocktail party that we had.
That was a solid party.
That was. And it was a very busy night. We're like trying to track down all the people we met. And I'm like, God, this face is familiar. How do I know them? It has been a whirlwind since then of everything that has happened in this industry. And you have been doing some really exciting things.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want you to talk about what you have been up to and what your focus has been these last several months and going into 2025.
It's a good question. So I've been here at Demand Local.
Yeah.
And I've been helping agencies and dealers strategize, try and make more sales. It's been tough. You know, the industry is ever changing.
Yes.
Tons of hurdles. So I try to take it one day at a time and just examine exactly what is going on. And hey, you got some aged inventory? Let's work on that.
Yeah.
Hey, branding's low? Let's work on that.
Yep.
Whatever that might be, and just coming up with some game plans just based on what they need.
I saw something, I was stalking your social media and I saw something that was like kind of revolutionary that more people need to be talking about. And they may be talking about it, but they're not talking to me and I ain't hearing it. So I'm going to assume they're not talking about it.
Yeah.
But TV streaming.
Yeah.
And you made a really good analogy, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what it was. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, yeah.
You had talked about how you had been getting all of these ads while streaming for Chick-fil-A because your kids are watching Marvel on Disney Plus.
Yeah, we got a 7-year-old in the house. So.
Yep. Yeah. I've been there, but I'm the 7-year-old.
Yeah.
We recently went through all the X-Men movies, but before that, I've seen probably all the Marvel movies like 4 times each. So
yeah.
100% that's me. But you said you'd seen all of these ads for Chick-fil-A and never once went to the mobile app, never once ordered online, and found yourself out and about wanting to eat one day and ended up at Chick-fil-A because they were top of mind awareness.
Yeah.
And I think when we look at why dealers aren't taking that route is the ROI.
Exactly.
If they can't see the clicks that made it to the website, or they can't see what the cost of was for this lead.
Yeah.
And honestly, are they even asking you, like, if you were at the dealership, hey, how exactly did you come to find out about us? Like,
exactly.
drove down the road.
So it really boils down to that path to conversion, right? Mm-hmm. So what led to that ultimate conversion, whether that's the lead, the chat, the phone call, the walk-in, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times it's like, oh, you know, saw you guys on Facebook, saw a billboard.
Yeah.
But we're not taking into account the 100 impressions that they saw beforehand.
Yep.
For example, I've got the Chick-fil-A app. I get notifications, right? But are we taking into account the 3-4 commercials that I saw beforehand? That spicy chicken sandwich. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Yep.
I remember looking at Enrique, my husband, I'm like, gosh, I really want a sandwich. Mm-hmm. Did I get in my car? No. Did I go on the website? No. I just waited until what was Monday, Martin Luther King Day. Kids, you know, out of school. I'm like, hey kids, do you want to go get lunch? Yeah. Guess where we went? Chick-fil-A.
You got that spicy chicken.
Spicy chicken.
It's funny. My husband and I did the exact same thing one night. I don't even remember. It's been so long. I don't remember what we were watching, but I remember a Panera ad came on. And I don't have cable at all. So regular TV programming will not find me. I have Netflix, I have Hulu, Disney Plus. So if you want to advertise to me, that's how you're going to have to do it.
Exactly.
And Panera ad came on, and literally we stopped what we were watching right then. The closest Panera to us is like 30 miles away.
Exactly.
We went and got in the car and drove to Panera.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't go to their website. Exactly. I didn't click on the app. I didn't do anything. Like, I just drove there.
Exactly.
And I can guarantee you that most of the people listening to this can be like, oh, I've done that. Or, you know, a Facebook ad, and you don't want to click through the Facebook ad. So you just go out and natively go to the website.
Exactly.
And it's like, how do you actually pinpoint all of the multi-point attribution that you have?
Exactly. Well, it's funny you say that. We have link one, and we're able to track those conversions.
Nice.
So it could be that CTV impression that didn't convert. How on earth are you going to track a conversion through CTV? They can't click anything. They're sitting on their couch, right?
Exactly.
Well, they eventually go back to the website, got that UID.
Yep.
It's a little big brother. I understand that, but it works.
Yeah, but then
So-
you know what advertising is working for your customers. I have the
Exactly.
conversation with dealers all the time that, you know, similar to what I just said, that if you're advertising on radio still,
Yeah.
you're never going to reach me. I don't turn on my local radio station. I get into my car, and before I even turn it on, I've plugged my phone into Apple CarPlay. I have Pandora. I pay for ad-free Pandora
Exactly.
because I don't want to be interrupted by ads. I'll pay the $12.99 a month. I don't care.
Same.
Like, the only advertising, as crazy as it sounds, the only advertising that's going to get to me, only because I'm saving money, I don't pay for the no ads feature on Hulu.
Exactly.
Or Disney Plus. I have the ads there, and Netflix. But
Amazon Prime.
yeah, those are really the only places that you're going to get ads to me.
Exactly.
Or Facebook.
Exactly.
Because you can't pay for an ad-free Facebook experience.
Exactly.
Isn't that wild?
All right. Yeah.
One of the very few things that we're on all the time, and nobody's figured out how to give Facebook an ad-free experience.
Hey.
I would have done it with TikTok too,
Hey, now that TikTok is back.
right? Yeah, like you guys gonna look into this, or it's it's funny because I'm in the advertising space, and I'm like, I know the power of social media advertising, and I wish more than anything that I could get social media as an ad-free experience.
Exactly.
Like, why can't I pay? Can you imagine how many people would pay for that?
I think a mass majority,
It's wild.
especially with people these days, they have the attention span of what? I think
Squirrel.
8 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Exactly. So
It's a world that we're changing, and we want the next thing like right now. And we're not willing to wait for it, but also we're killing off all of the advertising too. So I get both sides of it. It's tough. It's tough being a consumer and an advertiser in the same sense.
well, it's always nice to remember you got that average 90-day buying cycle. Hit them while you can.
Yep.
That way, whenever they are ready to buy, they call you first.
Exactly.
They walk in first to your dealership. So.
What would you say is the one thing that dealerships are missing the most with, maintaining that 90-day buy cycle or staying top of mind awareness? Like, what's the easiest thing that they're just missing?
CTV. Overall, higher upper funnel branding.
Yes.
Where I'm working with dealers all day, every day. They want that conversion. They're working with the lower funnel, bottom of the tree fruits.
Yep.
So we got inventory-based campaigns. We've got search campaigns. We've got dynamic inventory display. So those are going to bring in those fast, instant gratification leads.
That probably would have bought anyways, even if you weren't advertising to them.
Exactly. However, if you're trying to find somebody who's a conscious shopper or maybe an unconscious shopper, like watching Marvel movies with their children, that's when you hit them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all about a psychology play. So
It is. It really is. And it's something so easy for the dealerships to change, because if you think about it, no matter what market you're in, every single one of your competitors are advertising to the same people you are.
Exactly.
And there's 98% of people out there that aren't getting advertised to.
Exactly.
Maybe because they haven't raised their hand in any way. They haven't gone and shopped on a dealership's website. So there's nobody who knows these people would buy a car if the right offer hit them.
Exactly.
It's mind-blowing.
It is. And it's as easy as, picking up the phone, calling your favorite vendor and saying, hey, what are my options? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Dealers, we got to do better. We're moving into 2025. I got to say, though, we talked yesterday, and we've talked about it on a couple of different episodes, how freaking hard it was to get here.
Amen, sister.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
We are resilient. We are pushing through. I will say I can see less people here than I normally do, which was expected. So, for backstory, New Orleans got a record amount of snowfall. I think it was like 8 to 10 inches in certain places, but we're in freaking New Orleans and they're not equipped for this at all. They brought in snow plows from Iowa. I saw them. We drove past an underpass or an overpass, and there was like 7 trucks that had snow plows on them and salt things in the back. And these people were not equipped for this at all. So they had to bring in people from other parts of the country. They're like, okay, that's nothing. We can take care of this, no problem. Like Iowa, the Midwest, And so, but the issue is they shut down the airport yesterday.
They did.
At the first day of NADA, they shut down the New Orleans airport, like closed it. Not shut down some flights. They closed the airport. And so the entire industry, we've all been talking about like how we pivoted to get here. And there's probably no other industry in the world that you could give this problem to that would handle it like the dealers and the vendors and everybody in the space did.
Yes.
And you have such an awesome story. I'm like, I see Enrique sitting over here and we're about to talk about it. And he's like, my body hurts from yesterday. You've got to tell the story of what happened when you guys were on your way here.
Yeah. So originally it was just supposed to be a 1 hour easy flight, nonstop, Tampa, New Orleans.
Yeah.
No problem, right? 10 o'clock the night before, we get the text, hey, sorry, flight's canceled. We'll let you know whenever something's available.
Yeah.
It's Spirit, you know. So I looked at Enrique and I said, you know what? Let's road trip it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Why not? We'll drop the kids off at school and we'll head out. We'll be there by 4 o'clock, right in time for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's not what happened. So we headed up 75, easy peasy, down 10, easy peasy, until we got to Tallahassee. 10 is closed. So we're like, all right, let's take some back roads. So all is looking beautiful. Look at all the snow. Everything's great. Until we got to Alabama. There are more local roads that were closed. Well, there is this one road, no service. I can't tell you the name of the city.
Oh, no.
There's this barricade, and it's not like an official government barricade. It looked like somebody's picket fence. I don't know. I don't know what it was. And a white government truck. It wasn't even a police officer.
Oh, my.
With nobody in it. So you've got traffic coming from one way. You've got traffic coming from another way. And we're like, well, which side of the road is closed? It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Well, coming from the side, it's a 3-way stop. There's a green tractor pulling bales of hay with an old man, and he hops out and he goes, so which way is closed? And we're like, well, we don't know. And he's like, we're just trying to get to the interstate. And he's like, well, look, if you go down this road right here and you just cut through this patch of grass right here, 2 miles down the road is the interstate. And we're like, oh, all right. Yeah, that's
we're going.
Yeah, well, let's do that. Sure, it's all great. Well, we're in a Mazda CX-5. It's 2-wheel drive.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. It's so we're like, hey, that looks very muddy. I don't know if we're going to make it. And he goes, well, just veer off to the left a little bit and you'll be all right. I'm like, all right, sounds good. So next thing you know it, Enrique drives in. Nope. Car gets stuck. Oh, yeah. Then we're like, well, what do we do now? We can't call a tow truck. There's no service.
Yeah.
So next thing I know, the line of cars that was behind me, everybody gets out.
Oh my gosh.
They come over the car. They start pushing the car. I'm pushing the gas and we get out. 5 minutes, easy peasy.
That's nuts.
Isn't it?
Especially that people came to help. Like, it's cold outside. There's snow on the ground. These people don't like snow. Like, the fact that people were willing to get out of their cars and help you guys is amazing.
If that's not Alabama Southern Charm, I don't know what
it is. And you guys made it.
We did.
Made it in time for the kickoff party last night. We ran into each other last night.
That's right.
That is awesome. You know, God, I just can't get over this industry. Like this.
Yeah.
Could they have given us any more roadblocks, honestly? Like,
No.
I mean, and yet we made it. We're here.
We're here.
We've got the right people here because the people who needed to be here, who wanted to be here, made it.
They made it.
And we're gonna be here changing lives. We're looking into a big theme of the episodes we've done so far is looking into 2025. What the big changers are going to be. And we've talked about how, you know, dealers need to be advertising to the higher funnel customers.
That's right.
And I don't think dealers know how cost effective that is.
Exactly.
The lower funnel is so much more expensive.
It really is.
But you can really do a lot of top of mind awareness.
Exactly.
High funnel.
That's right.
And so I think that's a really good message. That's probably one we haven't talked about so far. We've talked a lot about, you know, listening to your customers and building those relationships and really just hitting on customer service.
Exactly.
And that's great for those people that are in market buyers, but you need to create a strategy for when you're advertising to the people who may not yet be in market, but will one day.
Yeah.
One thing that everybody has in common is at some point, everyone is going to need a vehicle.
Exactly.
To ride in, to drive themselves, or to give to somebody else.
Yeah.
They're all going to need a vehicle. And you should be top of mind for every single one of them.
Exactly.
We got to do better as an industry, but I'm really excited about the things that we're doing here. Do you guys have a booth here?
We don't. Demand Local is notorious for walking around, shaking hands, and saying hello.
If it works.
It works. It really does. So, however, we may be doing some booths in the future.
Yeah.
For Link One.
Okay.
Which is the software that we use to push audiences, do the path to conversions.
Nice.
We do a lot of media work in Link One. So
That's exciting.
yeah.
Are you guys, you specifically, are you doing any other events this year?
Oh yeah, most
What do you-
definitely.
what do you got going on?
So far, a SodaCon.
Okay.
Maybe digital dealer. this
Okay.
year. We'll see. And anything else? Women in automotive. So
It's a big one.
yeah. What about you?
I know for sure I'll probably be at Women in Automotive. Unsure on the others. I was just looking at tickets for a SodaCon the other day.
Yeah.
Was thinking about that one, and then I completely came back in my brain just now as we were talking to Glenn Lundy, but NAMAD.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a good
I've
one.
never made it to one.
Me neither.
And I just keep hearing, like, that's the one you got to go to.
That's what I've been
So
hearing
I think
too.
that may be a replacement for me for digital dealer. Like, that's the one.
Is it in Miami again this year?
I think so.
Okay.
I need to look into it and start looking at some prices and see if they have I don't even know when it is.
Hey, NAMAD, let us know.
Yeah. Bring in the chicks in charge.
Yeah.
I'm a smiling face. I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm so glad we had the chance to talk today, and can't wait to see what you get to do this year and
Yeah.
the changes that you're making for some dealers.
Big same, sis. Thanks for having me.
For sure. What's the best way to connect with you?
LinkedIn, cell phone, email.
I got her pretty
signal.
fast on Facebook too.
Yeah, Facebook. You guys know where to find me.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to kick it off with another episode here at Authenticom's booth at NADA. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.
This episode is brought to you by Authenticom, the business behind the automotive business. And this is Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Help us grow. Rate and review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.